Afternoon here in Poland. Just perfect weather for your boy KrusKader to run Times of Lore. Yeah. So, oh yes, I didn't put background input, so let's start new game. So actually I'm gonna let chat choose character. So we have a knight, a valkyrie and barbarian. Differences with them are only visual. And actually some parts of the thing share the palette with characters and are different depending on who I choose. So chat, who should I choose? I have one guy with one valkyrie. Vote. I'm gonna wait a short while more. Okay, I see nothing, so let's go with Valkyrie. Let me just check if timer works. Yeah, it works. 3, 2, 1. So we start in some inn, we go downstairs and some guy named Prior asks us to recover some goods stolen by orcs. We're gonna do that but later. So, the candle you see on the right actually shares the color palette with my character, so with Knight it would be pure white, with Barbarian it would be reddish. And it's also our life bar. And we're gonna get that stolen goods, but later. Now we're gonna go buy shoes, well, boots, which grant us super speed. Because this game has a momentum-based movement. Basically, once I stop, I move slowly and slowly gain speed. With boots, I always run top speed, and I think even my top speed is increased then. So we meet some generic enemies, some orcs, some bandits, which look like hooded skeletons to me, and some actual skeletons. So this quest given by that Prior guy is actually one of the few of the quest line which we have to do, but we're gonna skip straight to the end of that quest line. And here in this town we're gonna talk to this guy and he asks us if we want a pair of shoes. We say yes. Now we question him about boots. And now we buy them. Quite complicated, isn't it? So now we're gonna go to a prison, which currently there's no living soul in there. But there is a green scroll which allows us to teleport between towns. And it's one of the most important items in the whole run. So we're gonna pick it up. And also we're gonna pass by town of Hampton. We're gonna go there later. And here's said prison. We're also gonna be back here later. So green scroll, and we teleport to starting town, which is called Eralan. So, to skip straight to the end of this questline I mentioned, it has to be night. And to be night we have to wait outside of buildings about 6 or 7 minutes, I don't quite remember. And also outside of menus, so because of that, on the first split I can really lose time either by having slow menus or slow indoor sections, because I usually end up waiting for the nightfall about 1 minute and I have nothing to do. So yeah, here's the orc camp right there. And we need to find their leader, who's a red orc. This guy. And we just shank him. And get Ern. Also, on the way here I went past the house. Inside that house you can get a throwing dagger, which gets thrown when you attack, essentially doubling your damage output, but it's not worth it. I only kill with melee attacks. How many enemies? 2 or 3? I don't quite... 3, yeah. That was the first one. Yeah, in this house you can get a throwing dagger. And I was pretty fast, cause sun is already setting. It usually starts setting earlier. So maybe let's talk about that green scroll of teleportation. It holds 3 charges. If I use the first charge, it's gone forever. Oops. Wait, now I go to Ganister. However, if I rest in inn before using third charge, it's back to full. And also, the prayer said that Warden of that town, Eralan, could put use to me. So we would go there, he would order us to go in this place and steal a tablet of truth, which supposedly was stolen from him. Upon picking up this tablet, we would be enlightened that King was murdered actually. Then we would go find the murderer, ask him about the High King, and he would confess to us and give a confession scroll, which we would give to Warden of this town, and he would say that he suspects there is a spy among his men, and this is where we would be at that point. So basically we're skipping a bunch of stuff. And now I just have to wait for the night to fall. And I'm also waiting with guards a bit off screen, because this will cause the traitor to spawn a bit quicker. Okay. And that's traitor. I picked a note which I have to show to the warden, and also during a night monsters spawn in town. So first thing I'm gonna rest to make a save point, and also to restore the charges of my scroll. And now we're gonna sneak into the castle. And that's important that I save, because guards can catch me during the sneaking part, and if they do, it's instant game over. So you have to... Normally I try to run past this guy, it's possible but a bit risky, but it's safer to just debate him. This guy, however, it's bigger problem. But I got past him just fine. So now we give him a note, and he says that his son was kidnapped and I teleported to the wrong town. Well, you know what? I don't wanna use scroll charges, cause this might mess up my money route, I think. Actually, how much money do I have? Never mind, I have so much money I can do whatever I want. So, however, I need to now rest extra because I need that extra charge. So I was meant to teleport not to Ganister but to Hampton. And now we go back to prison we were earlier to get where we got the scroll. It's called Shadow Peak Prison. And now there are guards all over the place, but they can only attack me, which does nothing. And this is the second guy I have to kill with my weapon. And he is not very cooperative. And that's because he drops a key to the cell, in which we have a prince. And now we teleport back to Hampton. Oh, and also I missed the split. Well, whatever. So now we're gonna go to only inn that's not in town to talk to a random person, because before we save the prince, he won't tell us that there's one guy who can sell holy water, which is only thing that can kill lich. And we need holy water to kill lich. Because we need this to prove ourselves to a certain wizard. To have him help us. So, green scroll and rider. And we have this guy, I forgot, Friar. We ask him about holy water, 25 gold pieces per vial, we buy it, and now green scroll to Hampton. Yeah, Lish. Spelled exactly how you said it, Dark. Not L-I-C-H, but L-Y-C-H-E. Okay, so now we have to go to the ruins on the desert to find the Lich, or Lish, and just kill him. Okay, I think this is my visual cue. I forgot. Is it third tooth or under third tooth? Oh, it's before third tooth. So this is a switch and teleport maze. Basically we have to hit switches in order. And there are three kinds of enemies. Red ectoplasm, which suicides on attack, and it's not a big deal. Skeletons, which are weak. And those ghosts, which are a problem because they are very tough. And they are likely to block way. Oh, also I said that yesterday, but not today. My internet is a bit spotty, so frame drops might happen. Sorry about that. Oops, wrong path. And also you can hear me stepping on those, again wrong way, on those stone floor tiles. Ghost being annoying as always. Okay, in this room I actually have to be careful, because one of the switches teleports me back to the beginning. And now I just use holy water and Lich is dead. And now I teleport to Trella. And and now you saw that, wait. I totally forgot that I need to rest now, because my scroll is on the last charge. So you saw that after I teleported here, menu opened automatically. It's not because I pressed button, this is because I'm out of food rations. Now I'm gonna take damage over time because I don't have food and I'm starving. However, this damage is so negligible that I noticed it by pure accident a while ago. Like seriously, enemies are more likely to kill me than... So he gives us key to a Next place where I have to go, blasted spot. And also tell us that Abbot of the one place is the bad guy of this whole story, and we have to stop him. But for that we need Chime to open door to the Abbey, which is conveniently placed inside this crater. If I only could get inside of it, thank you. It's never that problematic to get in here. Also, as you can see, there is a bit of orange in the Ghost and Skeleton. If I were to play Barbarian, those parts of they would be red, and Bloody Red Skeleton looks quite menacing, you have to admit. Also, watch out for that switch I skipped, because it teleports you back to the start of this place. Not that it costs a lot of time in this game, but still. Ah. And that's one thing I haven't tested. Is it faster to step on that teleport or walk normally up here? Ah, no. Chime, and now we teleport to Trella. And now it's time to go to the final dungeon, the Abbey, and to beat the game. But because one tiny little thing I found ages ago by accident. Also, internet, please. Stop dropping frames. Stop being so spotty. So, okay. North of here we can find a giant. And I'm gonna just show you this giant because he's pretty interesting. Well, actually, west of here. I should teleport to Ryder, cause it's closer to him from there. And there he is, giant who trembles earth and... Okay, I'm close to being dead, so I'm gonna teleport back to Trella and... restore health by resting and finish the game. No more going around. Okay, no more fooling around, we're going to the final dungeon, and now we're gonna actually beat the game. By we, I mean me. Yeah, he's 4 times as big as the normal sprite, and also I think he was just regular orc sprite, so... But still, it's nice thing. So there are those priests, I guess, and there are also skeletons popping randomly off the ground, but what we want is a sphere, which is in this room. Come on, game. Luckily, skeletons are weak. And now we get to the abbot, use the sphere, and he dies. We wait. pick the medallion, and that's it. And now we have ending. The golden disc before you is the medallion of rulership. Holding it, you know with growing certainty that you are the lost heir of the High King and the last hope of Albareth. The journey to Eralan to claim your throne is a joyous one. Along the way, you are greeted by the people of Albareth. Come to see their new High King. Lords and peasants alike join your procession as you triumphantly enter Eralan. In Eralan, you find that the steward who betrayed your father has taken a poisonous draught. Next to his overturned cup lies a note bearing his final word. Welcome, my king. This faithless steward had taken your return as his final comfort. I deliver the kingdom to you in a sorry state, but you bring hope once more. The old powers fade, but you can bring them together to restore what I have lost for you. Before the cheering people of Eralan, you hold aloft the great medallion. Immense power surges through you and all Albareth passes you. As you become one with your kingdom, the lifeless becomes fertile and the violent peaceful. Albareth is healed, says the Archmage Irial softly. You are of her people and you will close the rifts between them.